Faith de la Piazza. My topic for today is about Asia, the 5 countries of Asia. First is, what is Bhutan? So Bhutan is a small country nestled deep in the Himalayas between India and China. Bhutan is characterized by steep mountains and deep valleys, which lead to scattered population settlement patterns. So the country is known for its unique philosophy, gross national happiness, which guides its development strategy. Abundant water resources in the valleys create ideal conditions to tap the renewable energy sources. So with hydro power development, which has spurred economic growth with quasi hydropower to India in tourism, have helped the country invest in human capital development. So this has to lead to significant improvements in service to deliver in health outcomes. Then next is, what is Bhutan's delicacy? So Bhutan's delicacy, that is dachi. Dachi. Dachi is stew made of chilies and cheese. So dachi is a Bhutanese language of dongka means cheese. So dongka means cheese. So which is what they use in number dishes. The most popular being for a dachi, which is like stew made from chilies and cheese. So Emma means chilies and might prove to be spicy, for some being a national dish of Bhutan. So it is unarguably the most popular dish in the country. And any discussions about Bhutanese food cannot go without the mentions of Emma dachi. This is Emma dachi. The chilies are split lightwise with their seeds and ribs, remove and are mixed with cheese. So they are mixed by cheese, garlic, water, and some oil. So it is cheese that gives special kind of farmer's cheese, and also it added sometimes yak cheese might also be used. So it added sometimes onions and tomatoes. So this is added by onions and tomatoes. So with preparations of Emma dachi throughout the nation, such as consistency of liquid, but the ultimate essence and remains. So next is, what is Bhutan's famous festival? So the famous festival of Bhutan is Thempo Chechu. So it is the biggest and the most popular festival of Bhutan. So this is also called the National Festival of Bhutan, where thousands of people flock down, all decked up in the fine colorful attires, to be a part of the festivals. So what are the Bhutan's culture and religion? So the Bhutan's culture and religion. So Bhutan is a country that has pretty much kept in religion, culture, and traditions. It interacts the, what do you call this one, over the years. So most of its customs and lifestyles are based purely on religion. So Indo-Nepalese influence. So general ethic of a Bhutan, so shoes should be removed before eating. So any dong gomba or religious building, I always stress modesty, avoid wearing revealing clothes. So wearing revealing clothes. So it is also considered too rude to touch anyone on the head. So the tradition of Bhutanese greetings is a bow with the arms and low outstretched. So when eating with a group of people, wait till everyone has been served before you start. So the religion of Bhutan is prominently Buddhist state. So the religious compositions of Bhutan shows the following. So 78.8% Vajrayana Buddhism, so state religion. So 22.6% Hinduism, 1.9% Bon and other indigenous faith. So 0.5%. So 0.5, take note, 0.5% Christianity. So 0% of Islam and other 2% other. So the Bhutan's tourist attractions. So Bhutan's tourist attraction is Tiger's Nest Monetary. So the Tiger's Nest Monetary hangs on a cliff and stands above an enchanting forest of blue pines and rhododendrons. So as this beautiful and very exceptional monastery, so is a cheer climb the hill, so 900 meters. So the Tiger Nest Monastery, so it reaches 900 meters. So a pony can be arranged for the ride up, but only until the cafeteria. The second one, Bhutan's tourist attraction is Punakhadong. So Punakhadong joined to the main line by the arch wooden bridge, and it contains many precious relics from the days when successive kings reigned the kingdom over this valley. So what the second country that I will discuss is Maldives. So Maldives is specified before the Maldives capital. So the capital of Maldives is Mali. So Mali as the highest populated island. So Mali is urbanized and large concrete jungle to the buildings in the large landmass. So moreover, there are two more atolls considered as Maldives cities. So Adutol, so from the word Adutol, also referred as Ad City, so have a population of approximately 36,694. Take note, 36,694 population in Adut Atoll City. So in 2013, it is located in the southernmost atoll of the Maldives. So furthermore, you will surely be astonished by their distinct dialects. So with beautiful islands and resorts around the cities brings the Maldivian experience with beautiful greenery and nature. So the third city is called, take note, Fuva Mula City. So Fuva Mula City, which is an island called Fuva Mula. So Fuva Mula, the only island in Genavyani Atoll. So Genavyani Atoll with the populations around, take note, 13,000 137 in 2014. The Mola city offers an awesome tropical yet Maldivian experience with an amazing attractions. So, the major industries of Maldives are fisheries and international tourism are main industries. So, the economy has changed reliance on fisheries to a service sector-based economy driven by international tourism. So the main primary sector of the industries of Maldives are fishing. Take note, fishing are their primary sectors of fishing. So the secondary sector consists of construction. So the second major industries of Maldives is or are constructions and manufacturing. So in the tertiary sector in tourism, government administrations are transport are the dominant industry. So manufacturing outputs consist primarily of processed fish, apparel, and clothing cottage industries such as woven mats, coir roof, and handicrafts and boat building industries. So that are the major industries of Maldives. So what are the Maldives? Trade. So in addition to food, the country imports manufactured goods such as petroleum products. So petroleum products and various consumer goods. In 1997, these products were imported primarily from Singapore, India, Sri Lanka, United States Arabs, Malaysia, and the United Kingdom. So about 80% of exports consist of frozen, dried, and salted skipjack tuna, canned fish, clothing, accessories. And so a small manufacturer export sectors exports apparel in Maldives and clothing accessories. So in 1997, the leading destination for exports were the United Kingdom and the United States. Take note. So the destination leading for their exports are United Kingdoms, the United States, Sri Lanka, Japan, and Singapore. So Maldives. So what are the famous Maldives delicacies? So the famous Maldives delicacies is or are rather fried yams, mashed rushi, fish curry, gulha, mashuni, Maldivian live, lobsters, saga bundebal, reef fish, cutlets, biskemea, kolma, buakebea, has in store some out-of-the-box desserts food. So, what is the style of food of the Maldives Maldivian? So, the style food of the Maldivians food is a mixture of Arabic. So, the food is mixture by the Arabic Indian, Sri Lankan, and Oriental flavor. So it's ideal place to visit. So the Maldivians are like spicy foods. Is your that's the siguro that's their one thing their most kind flavors. So the spicy food. So here you can try everything from freshly cooked seafood to fragrant curries and zesty soups that melt into your mouth. Second is famous festival in Maldives. So the famous festivals in Maldives Eid al-Adha festival. So, Eid festival is one of the major, so take note, Eid, so Eid al-Adha is the major religious of festival of Maldivian. So, this festivity is known by different names like the Festival of the Sacrifice, Eid of Qurbani Eid, and many more. So it is celebrated on the 10th day of Dhul Hijjah, according to the Muslim calendar. And the second famous festival in Maldives is Ramadan. So as we all know that Ramadan celebrated during the 9th month of the Muslim calendar. It begins the appearance of the new moon and ends with the appearance on the next. So the exact period varies from year to year. It is one of the most festivals in Maldives. Okay? So, best time to visit Maldives. So the best time to visit Maldives is between November and April. The climate is warm and tropical with average high at a consistent 29 degrees to 29 degrees Celsius to 31 degrees Celsius. So take note high consistent to visit in Maldives between November to April. So an average lows rarely falling below 25 degrees Celsius. So January to April are the driest month with a little rain and low humidity, making these peak seasons at the resort. So temperatures are still warm from May to December, but it is more rain likely. There is a risk of storm. However, even during this period, there are usually long spells of bright sunshine. So attractive prices and offers means this is still a common time to visit. So how to get Maldives to Manila? So you need to ride Cebu Pacific Airline Asia. So any airlines. So are two of the local carriers that offer flights from Manila to Philippines to Mali. So Cebu Pacific's to Mali flights stop over at Singapore. So while Air Asia Mali flights stop over at Kuala Lumpur. So both carriers land on Libranim St. Nazaire International Airport, which is alternatively called Villana International Airport or simply Mali International Airport. Okay? So what are the Maldives tourist attraction? So the 5 Maldives tourist attraction. First is Mali Atoll. So Mali Atoll, for urban vibes, it is located on the southern edge of Kaafu Atoll. The North Mali Atoll is the largest city and the most popular destination among the best places to visit in Maldives. So it is among the top Maldives tourism places. So it is the top Maldives tourism places. So Mali Atoll, take note, the first 5 Maldives tourist attraction is Mali Atoll. Then the second one is Heaven on Earth. So Heaven on Earth is the specific adage for the Maldives. This exotic archipelago rests on Indian Oceans and flaunts tranquil waters, spectacular for corals and reefs. So for corals and reefs, breathtaking marine life, and white sand that will serenade you, giving you a paradise like you feel. So it ideally suited for family and honeymoon. So um, did you do you encounter most kana after um, who celebrated their wedding, di ba? Mostly Filipino, or not Filipino or other citizens, um, they like to go to Maldives for honeymoon, di ba? So, it is a breathtaking for honeymoon couples. Rather, there are plethora of things that one can enjoy here. So, water sports activities are obviously in plenty here, with options of choosing diving instructors to help you guide your way the water. Additionally, one can enjoy snorkeling, kayaking, and even watching sharks here. Then, continuation of 5 Maldives tourist attractions. So, the third one is the unique undersea restaurants. Wow. From the word undersea restaurant. So, it's kanang you think that wow, it's so interesting. So you have the curiosity what's in undersea restaurants, right? Diba? So you don't have to be an undersea adventurer to witness the glorious marine life in Maldives. So just head to one of the many restaurants that offer underwater dining. Yes, you read it right. So the shoes on the head to sub-6, the deep sea club that makes a night out even more fun. So meanwhile, guests of Anatara Keva can hit the world's first underwater wine cellar and enjoy international gourmet cuisines on offer while witnessing the dazzling flora and fauna underwater. So if you don't want to be submerged, Maldives still has a variety of unique dining options to you. Fresh in the Garden is a treetop restaurant with a view to die. For the Taj Exotic restaurant lets you dine under the stars by the shore, and Tribal is a popular African themed restaurant that brings continent's finest food to the ocean. So the next is the Banana Reef. So the Banana Reef, it is one of the most popular attractions of Maldives. So Banana Reef is the popular attractions of Maldives. This is the most popular dives sites and gain international fame. So its appearance from top view. So there is a loaded with coral growths, beautiful caves and cliffs, and banana reefs are stored house of a various exotic fish species like Maldivian grub, squirrel fish, and soldier fish. Then the fifth Maldives tourist attraction is the sandy beaches and calm seas. So through snorkeling, and diving are fun. So there's a lot more to do when it comes to water and adventure sports in Maldives. So there's something for everyone, from children and families to hardcore adrenaline junkies. So grab of a canoe of banana boat. So you have to ride a banana boat, right? And discover the water. So it's more interesting. So you have to go sailing in your own very catamaran. So this looking for a something more exciting and can indulge in activities like wakeboarding, water skiing. So we're the guest who wants to explore the vast water in all the way can just there on the sea blue. So the next country that I have to discuss is, what is Iran country? For you, what is Iran? So as we from the word Iran, so it's a Muslim country. So Iran is a historically known as Persia. So the Persia Empire was one of the greatest empires of the ancient world with a series imperial dynasties. The empire also was frequently invaded first by Alexander the Great. So Alexander the Great. Then by the Parthians, later ruled by the Hellenistic Seleucid Empire. So Iran's hereditary monarch Shah Muhammad, take note, hereditary monarch Muhammad Reza Pahlavi fled the country in 1979 after decades of corrupt and authoritarian rule. Ruhollah Khomeini. So Ruhollah Khomeini returned from Paris to lead an Islamic revolutions and form the world's first Islamic republic the same year. An 8-year war with followed. So, what is the capital city of Iran? So, the capital city of Iran is Tehran. Take note, Tehran. So, Tehran is the capital of Iran and one of the largest and populous cities in the world. So, with a population of 14 million. So, 14 million. Tehran has a temperate climate as it is located at 35.21 north latitude and 51.15 east longitude and 1,200 meters above sea level, which makes it a little cooler than other capitals in the Middle East. However, this does not prevent escaping Tehran's hot summer and its cold winter for a nice. The best time to visit Tehran is late September. Take note, the best time to visit Tehran is late September to early November and mid-April to June. So Tehran has more than half of the country's basic industries such as electrical, take note, textile, automotive, cement, chemicals, and other industries, as well as many theaters, schools, universities, parks, and museums. So, next is religion tradition of Iran. So, as we all know that the estimated that 99.4% of the Iranian population identified as a Muslim. So, Muslim country. So, the majority being Shia, also known as Shiite Muslims. So, Iran is the only Muslim population identified as Sunni Muslims. So, within the Shia branch of Islam, there are different sections. Rather, the biggest is the 12 Shia sections. However, some Iranians are also Ismaili Shia Muslims. So, what is important to Iranian culture? So, in Iranian culture, family matters. So, family matters are very important as they take responsibilities their family seriously, women are to be protected and taken care of. It's appropriate to ask questions about Iranian's wife or female relatives. So their loyalty to the family becomes before everything. So what are the Iran's potential? So what is the main business of Iran? What is the main business of Iran? So Iran's economy is dominated by the oil and gas sector, agriculture, and services sectors. So, and a noticeable state presence in manufacturing and financial services. So economic activity and government revenues to a large extent depend on oil revenues and therefore remain sensitive to the global prices. So in Iran is one of the richest country. Take note, Iran is the richest countries in terms of potential, possessing the world's fourth large crude oil. So Iran, so the largest and richest countries that produce or possessing and reserves the second largest natural gas reserves. So Iran, so they are rich in crude oil. The next is Iran's famous festival. So there are many events in Iran for tourists to enjoy. The Iranian people are very faithful to the old Persian traditions and therefore maintain ritual celebrations that are more than 3,000 years old. So 3,000 years old. So some of the popular festivals in Iran are even intangible heritage of humanity. So the second Iran's famous festival is Nowruz. Nowruz is the Persian New Year and one of the most popular holidays in Iran. So next is Iran's tourist attraction. So the Iran's tourist attraction first is Persepolis. So Persepolis, once the capital of the first Persian Empire and birthplace of Persian civilizations, it's vital that you visit Persepolis. So in fact, you haven't seen Iran unless you walk in the footsteps of the ancient kings. So second, Iran's tourist attraction is Valley of the Stars. So Valley of the Stars, cuisines offer pristine nature and world of mystery. But there's one attraction not to miss. It's the Valley of the Stars. Marl and sandstones make up otherworldly rock formations, and with a little imaginations, you can see animal faces. And hands among other things. So next is Iran's attraction is what is this? So Chonghazanbil. So Chonghazanbil is the first Chonghazanbil site registers with UNESCO. Chonghazanbil is a 13th century before Christ. So ziggurat in the Khuzestan province. So baked bricks with cuneiform inscriptions are layered in the structure, and centuries-old footprint child in the stone is roped off towards the back. So Chonghazanbil. So Chonghazanbil, it is a centuries old footprint of a child of a stone rope towards the back. Next is Baba Castle. So Baba Castle is a bit of athleticism and no fear are required to reach Baba Castle, once the stronghold of a Koramite leader who fought the Abbasid Caliphate. This citadel, surrounded by deep gorges, sits at the heights of 2,300 to 2,600 meters, with the average feet of 7,546 and to 8,500 feet. So it's high, diba? It's too high. So this, with a strong case of acrophobia, might choose to admire from afar. So the next Iran's attraction is Chalus Road. So Chalus Road, are you traveling to the north? Then definitely take the famous Chalus Road. So step roads, sneaking down the mountain sides. So there is a tunnel. So there is a tunnel carved. So there is a solid rock, nature spring, bodies of water. This is one of the most scenic routines of Iran. Next is the next country that I'm going to discuss is Nepal. So what is Nepal? What comes in your mind? What is Nepal? So Nepal is a landlocked country in South Asia, and it is bounded by China and India. It is located in the Himalayas, contain 8 of the world's 10 highest peak. The government system is a federal parliamentary republic. The chief of state is the president, and the head of the government is the prime minister. So in Philippines, president. So in Nepal, it is a prime minister. So the head of the government in Nepal, they are called prime minister. Unlike the Philippines, in our country, though, our high head of the government, we call that president, diba? So the chief of state, so Nepal is the country of the Mount Everest. So the Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world and the birthplace of Gautama Buddha Lumbini. So mountaineering and other types of adventure tourism and ecotourism are important attractions for visitor. So what is the capital city for Nepal? So what is the real capital of Nepal? So the real capital of Nepal is Kathmandu, also spelled Kathmandu or Kantipur, capital of Nepal. So take note, Kathmandu, also spelled Kathmandu, also this one. Then it lies in a hill region, head of the Bagmati and Vishwamati rivers, and on elevations of 4,344 feet. So average meters high, 1,324 above sea levels, and it was founded in 723 by Raja Gunakamadeva. So take note, it was founded by Raja Gunakamadeva. So religion and culture and traditions of Nepal. What is the main religion of Nepal? So the main religions followed in Nepal are Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Kirat, and Christianity. As per the census of 2011, 81.3% of the Nepalese population is Hindu and 9% is Buddhism. So 4.4% is Muslims, or 3% is Kirat whom highest are 1.4 is Christian. So they are mostly rare are Christians. So rare ang Christians, right, diba? And 0.9% follows other religions. So Hindu and Buddhism traditions in Nepal. So go back more than 2 millennia in Lumbini, Buddha was born, and Pasupatennath Temple, Kathmandu. So it is an old famous Shiva temple of Hindus. Nepal was several other temples and Buddhism monasteries as well as places of worship of other religious groups. So Yumari, Luyekego. So take note, the places of worships of other religious groups are Yumari, Luyekego. This ceremony is held on the birthdays of 2 years old and 4 years old children of Newa community. So this ceremony is held on birthdays of 2 years and 4 years of children of the Newa community. Here mainly, the women of the family prepares smaller yumaris with aki, a kind of raw, unpolished rice seeds, and the smaller lukamare. So lukamare is a flat rice bread. So take note, the flat rice bread called lukamare. So for the tradition, and mix them with flowers, rice, and fruits in a pot. So the mothers perform rituals and give the children sagun with egg and fish. Also, they put yumaris in a garland around their necks to yumaris for the 2-year-old and for the 4 years old. Nepal source of income. So what are the Nepal source of income? So Nepal source of income are the main trading partners of India, China, USA. The country mainly exports of the Nepals are clothing, carpets, handicrafts, leather and jute products, vegetables and cereals. Nepal import oils and oil products, machinery and equipment, and electronics. What does Nepal export to the world market? So Nepal export to the world market Nepali carpet. So Nepali carpet, usually made from wool and silk, are famous because of their double knotting system and high pile density and eco-friendly production process. So currently around USD 70 million worth of hand-woven carpets is exported to more than 60 countries, making it one of the largest exports from Nepal. So, Nepalese delicacies. So, the delicacies of Nepal, the Nepalese are chatamari. So, chatamari, another Newari item, makes it to the list, and that is chatamari. Chatamari is made up of rice flour. A thick batter is made out of rice flour, various ingredients used to garnish on the top of it, giving it an exotic look and taste. So, vegetables are used as toppings of chatamare for vegetarian, and meat toppings are also available for non-vegetarians. It may be available all the Newari restaurants. So, Nepalese famous festival. So, the Nepalese famous festival in Nepal are Dashan and Tehar. So, take note, the biggest and the most popular festival in Nepal are the Dashan and Tehar. So, Dashan, a celebration of goddess Durga's victory over evil Mahishasura as per Hindu mythology, whereas Tehar is a celebration of lights. Take note, Tihar is a celebration of lights and color dedicated to goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of riches and prosperity per Hindu mythology. So, Nepal tourist attraction. What are the Nepal tourist attractions? First, the Nepal tourist attraction is Sagarmatha National Park. It is a home to the world's highest mountain, including Mount Everest. However, there is such more to this park of mountain behemoths that the astounding natural landscape. The mountain ranges are home to some of the world's rarest and more impressive species, the elusive snow leopard, the red panda, the Himalayan black bear. So, the second Nepal tourist attractions are Nepal Everest region. So, Nepal Everest region is a home to remote trails dotted with Buddhist monasteries, stunning mountains views, and unique Himalayas culture. Some of the Nepal's best known tricks like Everest Base Camp trick. So it happens here. So Lokla. So from the word Lokla, it is the main point for visitor trekker to the Everest region. So it is, you expect plenty of lodges and local eateries at that along the way. Yeah, the continuation of sorry, this is Nepal's, that's not Nepal's. So tourist attraction. So Kera per climbing. So Mera per climbing. So Mera Peak climbing takes you to summit, the Mera Peak. So summit to So Mera Peak climbing takes you to the summit of Mera Peak. So 6,461 meters to 21,190 feet. So one of the highest trekking peaks in Nepal. It is a popular choice among novice climbers who are not familiar with the technicality of mountain climbing. So Mount Everest, the Earth's tallest stands. So Mount Everest is the is the tallest mountain of the mountain. So the next country that I have to discuss is Iraq. What is Iraq? So as we all know, in our mind, in our own idea, Iraq. So Iraq is a place, there is a lot of a tremendous. So there are many ISIS, right? So more of war. So there are wars, diba? As we kinda hear, the place are not safe, right? But generally, Iraq means is dominated by two famous rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. So they flow southeast from the highlands in the north across the plains toward the Persian Gulf. So the fertile of a, what we call this one, region between these rivers has had many names throughout history, including Al Jazeera, or the island in Arabic, and Mesopotamia in Greek. So many parts of Iraq are harsh places to live. Rocky deserts cover about 40% of the land. Another 30% is mountainous with bitterly cold winters. Much of the south is marshy damp. So most Iraqis live along the fertile plains of the Tigris and Euphrates. So there are many mines. So for my own understanding, so in that area, particular area, so there are rocky deserts. So rocky deserts covered among the presence of the land. So next is, what is the capital city of Iraq? What is the capital city of Iraq? So the capital city of Iraq is Baghdad. Baghdad was the center of the Caliphate during the golden age of Islam of the 9th centuries. 9th centuries, growing to the largest city worldwide beginning. So in the Iranian intermezzo of the 9th to 10th, 11th centuries, and was destroyed by the Mongolian invasion in 1258. The scale of this great urban project is one of the most distinctive aspects of the story of Baghdad, with a circumference of 4 miles. So the massive brick walls rising up from the banks of the Tigris were defining signatures of the Mount Sur round. So round. Next is, what facts about Muslim? So facts about Muslim. So the facts about Muslim is marriage. So marriage, family, and kinship. So marriage in the past. So in the past, it's more like a Chinese, diba? In the past, arranged marriage so were common. So it's the same with the Chinese, Koreans. So fixed marriage. So however, the practice is becoming more rare, and a law was passed that gave a authority to state appointed judge to overrule the wishes of the father in the event of an early marriage. So it's too young. So since siguro, so in our vernacular, it is buya, right? So buya, so gibuya, fixed marriage. So the parents, they wanted their children to have a match. So they match their children, rather their daughter or their son. So they fix marriage. So the Muslim majority traditionally views marriage is a contract between two families. So families, as the family's needs are considered most important in urban settings. Men and women have more options in choosing their spouses. So you cannot choose you cannot choose because your parents, the parents, so the Muslim parents, they will sila magbuot. So in our vernacular, sila magbuot kinsa binuan. So bisag din mo nahigugma, so di ka wa ka nahigugma, so sila siya magbuot para tanaw nila ang business mo, grow lang business, just like a Chinese ba. So it still must have parental approval. So partners often come from the same group, and though marriage between different ethnic groups is accepted and it is not common, the ruling Baath regime considers marriage to be a national duty that should be guided and encouraged. Starting in 1982, women were forbidden to marry non-Iraqi men if they were already married. If they were prohibited from transferring money to property to their spouses. Next is, what is famous festival in Iraq? So festival in Iraq, so festival sacrifice, Eid al-Adha, so a 4-day Islamic festival commemorating the willingness of Abraham to follow God's command to sacrifice his son. So, religion of Iraq. So, what is the religion of Iraq, or religious beliefs? So, Islam is the official recognized religions of Iraq and is practiced by 95% of the populations. Islam itself does not distinguish between church and state, so any distinctions between religious and secular law are the results of more recent developments. So there are two forms of Islam. So the two forms of Islam in Iraq, majority is Shiites and the minority is Sunnis. So the Shias believe that the original 12 Imam Islamic leader, so were both spiritual and temporal leaders, and the caliph of successors of Muhammad and leader of Islam is selected through lineage and descent. The Sunnis believe that the Imams were strictly temporal leaders and the caliph should be elected. So the Sunnis section is considered the orthodox branch of Islam. So Iraqi. So the culture of Iraqi in Iraq. Iraq has one of the most colorful histories in the world. Why? Because it is rich and layered culture. So ancient Mesopotamian influence shaped most other civilizations at the time. So the country has an art heritage, proof of which is the renowned Arab painters, poets, and sculptors that call Iraq home. Iraqi artisans are well known for their work in both handicrafts and carpet and rugs. So they are so in our vernacular they are negosyante. So they are both hardworking. So they are both hard worker. So they made more of handicrafts like carpets and rugs. So Iraqi architecture is also among the best in the Arab world, as seen in the cityscapes of Baghdad. So Iraq tourist attractions. The first Iraq tourist attractions is the ruins of Babylon. So the Gate of Babylon. So the ruins of the ancient city of Babylon are one of the famous historical sites in the world, and definitely the most famous ancient ruin in Iraq. So once upon a time, this is where one of the seven wonders of the ancient world stood. So the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. So the second one is Al-Shkarish Shrine. So aka Haram of Imam Ali al-Hadi. So the Al-Ashkari Shrine is a magnificent shrine built in the 9th century by Abbasid Caliphate. Iraq tourist destination. So number 3 is the Al-Qadimiyya Mosque. So it is visiting the most beautiful mosque in Baghdad. Takes more time as it is located on the outskirts of the city that is now one of the most important Shia pilgrimage sites in Iraq. That is the burial place of the two altogether 12 Imams. So similar of Najaf and Karbala, the other major Shia pilgrimage sites with the tombs of Imam Ali and Hussein. The mosque's interior is decorated with breathtaking mirrors and colored tiles. Iraq tourist destination also called Bikhal Waterfalls. So Bikhal Waterfalls, these waterfalls are located in Arbel Governorate and considered among the most beautiful tourist places in Iraq. These thundering waterfalls are characterized by beautiful landscapes, cold water, and verdant trees The waterfalls are located about 10 kilometers from Rwandos. So today, as the capital of Iraq is Kurdistan region, Erbil remains very much a living city. Decades of civil unrest, however, have taken their toll on the ancient citadel systems, but the most developments in Iraq have brought with them opportunity for conserving and repairing citadel. So how to get there in Iraq? So, of course, we need to ride airlines, diba? Like Pacific Airlines, Cebu Pacific Airlines, rather Philippine Airlines. So, any airlines, but any airlines that quickest way to get from Philippines to Iraq so is to fly, which costs 23 to 75,000, and it takes 14 hours and 25 minutes. So 14 hours. So it's very far, diba? How far is it from Philippines to Iraq? So the distance between Philippines and Iraq is 8,182. Thank you. I think that would be all for my reporting. The end. God bless.